words of joy and cheer. Love's the message that I bring to you, and there's no reason to be mean and cruel. Spread love all over the land. Every woman, girl, and boy and man. We can walk together hand in hand. This is all part of the master's plan. Nations fearing one another's force. Hate breeds fear, oh yes it does. We can find ourselves a brighter day if you take to heart the words I say. Spread love all over the land. Every woman, girl, and boy and man. We can work together hand in hand. This is all part of the master's plan.
Yes, yes, afternoon everybody. Big up all the early birds joining in. Loads of people online already. Big shout out to all the regular crew. I will give the usual disclaimer at the start. If you were listening back to this on the podcast, on SoundCloud, on Mixcloud, and don't like a lot of talking, you're in the wrong place. Please take the tape out now. Of course, if you're here for a bit of bants, a bit of chats, some new tunes, you're in the right place. Waiting in the wings, watch this. Oi, oi! There they are. We'll be speaking to Tempza and Charlotte Haining for a good chunk of today. If it all works, I mean, so far so good. We've had a test run, never tried this before. The track playing, of course, by the way, is Spread Love, Makoto's version featuring Pete Simpson on vocals, taken from the forthcoming 25 Years of Hospital Records album. So yeah, should be fun. We're going to be revealing all of the tracks from Life as We Knew It today. You've heard some, Charlotte's heard some, but 8 of them we don't know who's done the remixes. I do, but nobody else does, including Mike and Charlotte. So, better not put it on now. Mike's picking his something. He's not. I can say what I want. Stop that, you two. There you go. This is like when you have Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway or something. You could just, they can't hear us at the minute. They'll get their own back. But look at that look at that beautiful, beautiful face. And Charlotte. Hey.
Why don't you spread love? Why don't you spread love? Why don't you spread love and Lord be loved?
Hospital Records have been putting out some absolute gold at the minute. I mean, they've got a good reputation for good music anyway. But another forthcoming one before we go over to Mike and Charlotte in about 5-10 minutes time. This is New Tones, Sold Out. Course today, as we have Tempza, as they're commonly referred to as a duo, joining us online. I thought I'd better represent the old urban creative. I don't know which way to point. This way. Urban creative, and urban, motherkin creative. Get it right, bruh. And on the back, some sort of twee slogan. And he did that because he's watching. Be brave, be kind, create, baby. So this one, New Tone, sold out from the forthcoming New Tone album. I think it's out next month. Little Spaces. And what an album it is too. More soul than most other artists I know in D&B. I don't think she's noticed yet that she's on the screen. This is out now. It's called Still Miss You, featuring Charlotte Haining, of course. Technimatic on the remix. We will not be having Charlotte sing today because I've realised after doing a couple of albums with her, she's not as good as I thought. No, because there is too much of a delay. And we tried it earlier, and she was, by the time it kind of came to the stream, she was singing about a line behind. So you don't have to listen to Tempza either on the plus side. We'll be speaking to them in a minute. I'm going to leave them up there.
The fact that I still miss you. Please don't lie. I don't think I could take one more. Please don't cry. I haven't done nothing wrong. If you're holding out in the hope I won't find out, let me make it easy on you now. If you blame it all on me, then there's no doubt. There's no point in trusting you, 'cause I don't really need it, and I don't really want it.
Mike and Charlotte, can you hear us?
That I still miss you.
Yes, yes.
Really need it.
I think we're working. Give us a shout if you can hear them, peeps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let us know, everyone, if you can hear this all right.
Okay,
No,
good.
no.
I think we're all right. You know,
Yeah?
the technology is holding up. So
That tune. Oh, how good is that tune?
it's all right. And I mean, it's not as good as the ones with BCee, but it will
It's
do.
all right. Isn't it?
Those Technimatic
Yeah,
boys have done all right.
I texted Andy from Technimatic last night and was just like, new tune's a bit average, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if you hadn't sung on it, Charlotte, straight in the bin. Just delete it. That's how we roll. We are messing about. Also, apologies, right? Like, I did see someone commenting on this a minute ago. If you're watching on the, like, you two can't see this, but on the green screen, this part of my hat is like a green screen today. which is a nice plug that you can get these look at these hats. You'll see my hair now, but nicely lined, absolutely sick, super quality. Get one, spearheadrecords.co.uk. But today we're here to talk about life as we knew it. And so, for those of you that don't know, Life as We Knew It came about when I started getting a couple of remixes made of our stuff. And then I asked Charlotte for a list of remixers, people she'd like to remix stuff. She sent me a list. And I said, I'll be back in touch with you once I've got them all done. So she hasn't heard 8 of these remixes, which could be disastrous. Neither's Mike. Only me and the producers have. The idea was we were going to keep them all under wraps, but Polar and Bryson accidentally sent theirs directly to Charlotte, so she heard that one. I don't think she's listened to this, but LSB, I mean, he played it in his Space Age mix. I don't even, and that, so you now know he's done a remix. Flipping bloke, what a plonker! So people will have heard that in there. I forgot that you didn't know he'd even done a remix yet. So anyway. I thought we'd start before we get into any chat or anything, and we'll ask. We're going to let you guys ask them some questions today as well. I didn't tell them that. I just decided it right now. We're going to start with this, the Spy remix. Remind Me, this one's going to be coming out as a single, and if you liked the original album and wanted it on CD, you can get the full album from. You can get the full original album and the remix album as a double CD package, all the remixes on a picture disc or download, and you can pre-order the whole lot now from spearheadrecords.bandcamp.com. Mike, Charlotte, what's your thoughts on this one?
I love this one.
Certified banger.
It's so good.
Certified banger. Right.
Yeah. Spy.
Well, let's play it, and then let's get into some new ones.
Show me now. Tell me how. Tell me how. Can you remind me somehow? I forgot what it's all about. What we had in now. I need reminding the memories of us. I know I got. Somehow I forgot. So can you remind me? Can you remind me? Can you remind me? So can you remind me? Can you remind me? Can you remind me?
The boy has done all right, really, hasn't he? So, Charlotte, do you want to tell us a bit about this one, the original version?
About the original, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we wrote that one ages ago now, didn't we? It must be like a year, 18 months
Probably
ago.
I reckon 2 years ago, probably.
I mean, one of the first ones that I'd done with you, I think, wasn't it? And again, it was the standard BCee brain dump of information, of a story about a friend of yours who is suffering with dementia, and you were like, can you try and get that into a song somehow? So that's basically where the inspiration came from.
Yeah.
I wrote some melodies to some of the lyrics that Steve sent across, made it rhyme in places, and then it was a tune.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's such a shit explanation, sorry.
Well, that's good. No, it's very methodical.
Yeah. There's the process.
There's the process. It came about, the idea for it came about after I stayed with a friend for a week to look after him whilst his wife was in hospital, who was suffering from dementia. And I still think we've probably written certainly one of, but probably the only drum and bass vocal tune in existence about dementia. And somehow Charlotte managed to make it relate to more than that, which is good. Right, well, a lot of people have, sorry if I just speak over you, it's because there's a slight delay after you start speaking.
That's all right.
It is rude, but I don't care. So a few people already, so I'm not going to ask you this question now. I'm going to ask you the question now, but I don't want you to answer this now. Loads of people already saying the classic question that you know you're going to get asked, what is your favourite track from the album? So in a little while, I want you to decide, if you haven't already, what your one favourite track is from the original album. Not and a bit this one and a bit that one, the one. And we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. There you go.
I've got one.
Go on then, Michael.
No, I'll tell you in a little bit, but I've definitely got one.
All right. Well, before that, let's get into one of these new tracks. So let's start off with doing this quite game, shall we? Just pick a track. Pick an original that you haven't heard the remix of. You can remember what they're called, can't you?
Yeah, History. Have we heard that remix? No.
You've heard
No.
History. It's by Technimatic. We made a video of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
we
so
made that video.
this is going well so far.
Sorry.
We got stage fright.
I got stage fright. Almost there. Almost there.
Oh
haven't heard
dear.
that one.
Oh, okay. So, where's it gone? Can't find it now. Let me just move these to alphabetical order. That'll be easier. Right. Okay. Almost there remix coming up then. I'm not going to tell you who's done this one until afterwards. So we'll have a listen. I am going to talk a little bit in the middle of it because I don't want to just give them away for free, but we will listen all the way through. Are you ready?
I'm
Yeah,
ready.
big up everyone locked.
Lost here. Everyone else has moved along, and I'm paying the cost here for a love that might have gone. And I don't understand it, why I keep it going on. Inside it's really hurting, wondering if I belong. Oh, I try hard to pretend, and I smile until the end. But I've tried to make amends. I don't know if I've got it in me anymore. They tell me I'm almost there. They tell me don't leave, I swear. Don't you dare go nowhere. They tell me I'm almost there. They tell me don't leave, I swear. Don't you dare.
Lose your hair. Does this one get the thumbs up then, peeps?
I've been really trying. I don't know where I go home, but I don't wanna die here.
Ember's not allowed to guess. He's the only person other than us who've got the whole album. I forgot about that.
Is everything I have to show? I know it's terrifying.
Right, come on then. In the chat, and Mike and Charlotte can add to the chat as well if they want. Who has remixed it?
I don't know if I've got it in me anymore. They tell me I'm almost there. They tell me don't leave. I swear, don't you dare go nowhere. They tell me I'm almost there. They tell me don't leave. I swear, don't you dare go nowhere.
I'll give you a clue. This is not the first time your voice has appeared on their production. There being a plural. What are we saying then, fam?
Is it Deadline?
It's Deadline. Almost there. Deadline remix.
I was like, is that
Oh, I
logistics? I
love
thought that was
that.
logistics maybe, and then I was like, nah, it's not. And then I was like, I know who that is, but then it just wasn't coming to me. But
Yeah.
smashed it.
Oh, they smashed it. I love that.
Yeah,
They
I
did.
love that.
Did all right, huh?
They're like
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Vibes.
Wicked.
Vibes.
Right, we'll intersperse this with one that we already know because I want to play the whole thing, and I'll pick the next one just to keep it interesting.
I'll go after that, yeah?
And then, do you know, you can go next, Mike. You can go next.
Thank you. Cheers.
So we know this one is History, remixed by Technimatic. Obviously, no stranger to their stuff. The single came out yesterday. This is out as a single pretty soon. It's either later this month or early next month. If you pre-order the whole album, you'll get this and the Spy remix and the Monroe remix and the Polar and Bryson remix as they respectively come out.
Right now, I'm holding out.
So after this, I want to know what you two feel like your best tracks are from the original album. So get thinking. You've got 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
More than you know. Is it all just a part of the fight? Learning to the good with right. Is it all?
We've got a record number tuned in on the stream today as well. We're good to see you all.
It's part of our
He's called it. Go on then, Michael. It's a good job this one's in the day, I think, and not at night time. Or you probably have to move house. And you're drinking, I assume, only Coke, so that's probably good too.
Zero.
Cup of tea.
I don't understand. I don't know if it's still good. Was it something that I did? All the things you put me through. I know you love me, but do you want me around? I know you love me, but do you hear my words now? It hurts right now. I'm holding out. I follow this road, and you're fine somehow. I need you now more than you know. Is it all
Bass Face. Sorry about the dance moves. I made my daughters watch Teen Wolf last night and I got that move from it.
You know that bit, you know the bit in that tune when it goes, right now, I'm holding out. The bass line that Technomatic have switched up. You know when it just switches up and it goes, oh,
Yeah.
it makes me so happy.
I'm glad you said that. I wonder where you were going with that one. I'm just trying to find your original remix list request. So I'll try and find out what's this half song. Here we go, everybody. Second drop. Where's he going? Come back, Michael. There you go. History. Oh, making me jealous now. History, Technomatic on the remix. I was looking for a list that Charlotte sent me originally with the kind of dream list of remixes on, and I can't find it at the moment. So I don't know if you can remember who some of them were.
Yeah, I can't find it either. I've just been trying to have a look. Who was on there? I can't remember.
Was it my turn to tell you their favourite tune?
Well, it makes it easier if you can't remember. Hold on, my laptop's just started playing music. Let me just turn that off. Stupid thing. Yes. But first of all, I want to know Mike, what was your favourite track from the original album? You said you knew.
Favourite track from the original album.
It's rude to speak with your mouth full.
Sorry. Favourite track from the original album is Give Me a Break.
Okay. Good.
I can
Very
vouch for
distinct.
that. He played it over and over and over.
I think we should play it because it's my favourite one. Obviously, I love them all, but
No,
I
want one. And Charlotte, have you come up with your one yet?
I've got one, yeah.
And
Oh,
it's not meant to be a secret.
My ultimate favourite one from the whole album is In the Moment.
Cool.
Right.
We had fun writing that one. If you don't know the story already, these guys back last February, I think it was like the 8th of February was an event in Norwich, and then like the 10th of February, it must have been then. Sunday we went out for dinner. 10th of February we came here to this very room I'm in, and I gave Charlotte some piano and some words that I'd scribbled down. Perhaps that was in the morning, and then you came up with some stuff, and then in the afternoon, wasn't it? We went over to a friend of mine's studio to record the vocal, and that was that.
Right.
And little did we know the world was about to go so flipping mental about a month later.
I know. Madness.
Profits.
The man upstairs telling you.
Well, there you go. All right, so Give Me a Break is your favourite track. Do you want to see what a mess somebody's made of that?
Oh, what? Someone I thought, could we just play the original? But
Why bother doing that, Michael? We've got the...
No, we're doing the remix.
Let's go
That'd be
straight
silly.
in.
What a
And,
mess.
I hope they haven't made a mess of it.
well, the person who did this one is in the chat room, so you can tell them.
Sounds like Ember to me, this.
Straight in. This is the Ember remix. Dan, crumbs, I've suddenly forgotten his last name. Dan, who's always in here giving me grief.
Oh,
About
Dan Bryan.
Dan Bryan, thank you.
Dan Bryan.
Guessed this one.
You saw no other way out. You'd had enough. Thought you let everybody down. I wish we could rewrite it, but yesterday is gone. I wish to see you smiling at me, then tomorrow could live on.
Look at the face.
I don't know what went wrong. I don't know where you've gone. I don't know where I belong. Where I belong. Now you're gone. The end of the line. And nowhere else to run. No way to win this fight. It was already said and done. I wish we could rewrite it, but yesterday is gone.
It looks like you're a terrible singer, I'm afraid, Temps, because of the delay. Or you just are, I don't know.
Tomorrow could live on. Tomorrow could live on.
It's absolutely sick. Hey,
Would I be right in saying that the remixer for this one fitted your kitchen?
yeah, it turned off the gas.
He done something with your gas?
Yeah, he did something with our gas.
I wish we could
Sounds a bit dodgy.
write it, but yesterday is gone. I wish to see you smiling at me, then tomorrow could live on. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know where you've gone. I don't know
played 2 of the new remixes, and people are cracking who think they've spent too much money and starting to buy it. So big up. I mean, we are doing this for the love, but also all these remixes. I mean, that was the furlough spent like that. It is like a form of gambling a little bit. We won't go there.
The passions that are closest to your heart.
Oh my god.
I'm going to stop that one for a minute. I was going to play In the Moment remix. We'll get to that. What do you think of that then?
Oh,
Really,
I love it. Well
really
done.
good.
Well done, Ember. That was amazing.
As if Ember wasn't going to do a good job.
Exactly.
But, you know, he's a bad man.
Love it.
And he was one of the cheapest.
Good man. That's it.
Dave, put your prices up.
Yeah, Dave. Put your prices up, mate. Yeah. I like that. Just use the furlough for the remix album. It's just reinvestment, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hopefully, anyway, you know, got to do something. This is what happens when I'm bored, basically. You start doing remix albums and things. So,
Really good.
Yeah.
Did that tune.
Ember remix, done well. That again, vocals for that one were a combination of my experience, Charlotte's experience, and some others. Really kind of about suicide. I mean, Charlotte's taken the lyrics like she does so well and made them so that they can apply to more than just that one subject. But yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I don't think anybody else has written an album with quite such a, you know, dance floor, but really shows how miserable we are.
Yeah, a diverse range of topics.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Nice uplifting topics, you know, from life.
So
but it is life as we know it.
That's why
it's
life as we know it. That's it. And life as we knew it, I thought was a good little twist on the title, but I didn't want anyone to think like we died of COVID.
And this is our memoir.
It's a bit past tense, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah. That was always a risk. So we are still alive and well. I have started making videos, actually, of just things like this and scheduling them on Facebook, because my sense of humour is like if I were to die of COVID, I would find it hilarious. Like I did a live stream afterwards. I just have to remember to keep moving the schedule back. It's just how I roll.
From beyond the grave, BCee.
Yeah.
So there you go. Right, let's have a listen to this one. So this, if you are one of the people in the chat room who were watching what became commonly known as the Tempza Friday night Insta fam, you will have heard. This must have been one of the first BCee dubplate specials.
Yeah.
So let's relive it. Come on, Mike. Let's have a little jingle.
BCee's dubplate special. BCee's dubplate special.
And I just want to say one more thing about this. Before we released this, we put Mike's voice in it, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't think it sounds right." Or then like one or two people said it sounds wicked. No, I like it now. So easily influenced.
I was like, you keeping my vocal in there, yeah?
Yeah, after telling me adamantly he didn't want it in. And we made the right decision because it sounds great.
Closest to your heart.
And thank you to everybody who's already streamed like 80,000 times on Spotify or something.
Rare connections made like seeing shooting stars. It's the little things that really make us free.
If you're so down, take a look around. If you wait now, don't worry, you won't run out. There's never any doubt. You should know now. Don't worry. If you look at the birds and you look how they fly, look how they soar straight up to the sky. Never a thought even enters their mind that one day they might fall. You don't know what's given in life. Get what you need when the moment is right. You know in time in the moment, in the moment. You need to just breathe in the moment, in the moment. Gotta let go of things you can't control. Darling, you know. Don't worry, worry, worry. You can outgrow the limits that you know. If you say so, don't worry, worry, worry. Look at the birds and you look how they fly. Look how they soar straight up to the sky. Never a thought even enters their mind. But one day they might fall. You don't know what's given in life. Get what you need when the moment is right. You know in time the stars will align and everything is clear.
If any of you guys in the chat room have got questions for Tempza or Charlotte, please do chuck them in the chat, and then I'll ask them some as we go along.
It is deep though, isn't it? Like deep from the perspective of, obviously we didn't know what was coming when it was made, but I remember when Charlotte walked out of the room after you'd given us some information, and she went and sat down at the bottom of the stairs from the room from your office, the studio where you are now. And then she come back in about 40 minutes later, didn't she? You and me, and I was trying to write a few bars with you, and I'd written about 4 lines. She just came upstairs. She was like, "Yeah, guys, what do you think of this?" Like,
Well, we didn't even hear it, did we? She said, "Do you want to hear it?" And I said, "No. Let's just go." We just went to the studio, and the first time I heard even what the words were, but when she was in the vocal booth.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah. Such a good studio that we went to.
And I think that was the joy of hearing that is what caused me and you to kiss for the first time.
She didn't know about that.
Is that what was happening?
I felt, let me tell you, seeing that shiny head, I felt like it. I do mean that, yeah, that one.
Monroe, big up Monroe every time.
Oh my god.
Quality.
Thought even enters their mind. But one day they might fall. You don't know what's given in life. Get what you need when the moment is right. You know in time the stars will align and everything is clear. So free in the moment, in the moment. You need to just breathe. In the moment, in the moment.
Worry not about the stuff you can't control. How can you if you don't know where the story goes? You could spend your life searching answers that aren't there. Just breathe, stop running scared. Just breathe. Tomorrow will be there. Tomorrow will be there.
Well, there you have it.
Do you know what's funny? Like over the last week or so, I've had about 3 producers message me asking me for some of this sort of spoken word stuff.
Steve told you.
It's not funny, mate. It's because, and I'll only say this once, you're actually quite good at it.
What? What?
I don't
Thank
want
you
it.
so much.
I don't want it going to your head.
Yeah, definitely not. There was a couple of questions on the comment section. First question was asking where we're all from and where we're based. Charlotte is from
Leeds,
LEEDS in the north of England.
The north?
She
no.
lives in London now with me, where I'm from. And
You, where you're from, I mean, I think pretty close to you, mate.
yeah,
In the same bed, even.
yeah. And Steve is in
Palgrave,
in
massive.
Palgrave. Yeah.
Somebody I saw.
Suffolk, man.
I saw somebody as well in the comments had said that you chucked a lighter and smacked him in the face at Outlook. They're still not over that.
Oh, sorry about that.
Really sorry about that.
Was that the Outlook where it rained and
Oh, yeah.
I had quite a lot of wine
Oh yeah, just a couple of glasses.
and danced around the stage with a broom dressed up with Charlotte's hoodie and some glasses?
And walked behind Hybrid Minds with just your boxers.
Yeah.
Whilst they were doing an interview.
Yeah.
It made the interview. It's on Drum and Bass Arena website.
I can't wait till we can have more experiences
A
like
wild BCee.
Also,
Someone-
whilst Hybrid Minds Josh was like fully concentrated, when he mixes, it's like quite a planned set and he's got to get it exactly right all the time. And I crawled along, this is on the stage at Outlook, I crawled along the stage behind the deck so he couldn't see me. And then I just popped up with the broom with glasses and a hoodie on and he completely messed the mix up. Go on, Mike, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, someone had asked a question well, there's two questions actually. Yeah, the first question was, how does it go when you're writing with Charlotte? Do you get a beat and do you write to the beat and write something, or does Charlotte just basically sing a top line and then you make a track to that top line? So which way round does it go? And I think the answer obviously is that there is like a skeleton of a beat and a melody.
Yeah.
But there's also a load of content that Steve has written down in terms of the idea of what's in his head of what made him write that particular tune, and then Charlotte takes that information, digests it, and then turns it into lyrics.
I think there's only a couple of tracks where I've given you a full kind of finished instrumental.
Yeah. It's always just kind of like a 4-bar loop or 8-bar loop or 16-bar loop, like a short section.
Some
of
chords,
just kind of
a beat.
chords, very basic, maybe a little beat at the end, and then I just loop it to write a whole song.
I saw another question, which was where are all these lovely clothes from? And it was asked from a company called Urban Creative.
Big up Charlie locked on, who works for Urban Creative Clothing, doing a sterling job. Big up the Urban Creative Clothing gang. If you want to go and have a look at our store, you can go to www.urbancreativeclothing.com.
There you go.
And all of this stuff lovely stuff we're wearing is from there.
It's not quite as good quality as the Spearhead stuff, but it ain't bad.
I knew that was coming.
Another question on the stream, question for Charlotte and Tempza both. I know some of the lyrics are about love, missing someone, or broken hearts. Is it hard to put the lyrics together and listen to these, since some of them seem very personal?
Yeah, I mean, it can be. Yeah, there were certain moments in writing the tunes where it's like, oof, you've got to dig deep, because you're not necessarily feeling that emotion in that moment that you're writing the tune, but you sort of have to remember what it felt like and put yourself in those shoes. And it can be, it can bring up some stuff, but then you have to just get it all out. It's quite therapeutic, right? Get it all into a song and then be like, oof, okay, cool.
But it is based on, all of the album is based on personal experiences of both Steve, Charlotte, and myself, and everyone else that's involved too. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Deep.
We'll get into some more questions. I mean, keep the questions coming and we'll intersperse them in as many as we've got time for. But I did see another one and I've forgotten what it was. So we'll come back to it. Right. Do you know what? Let's just alternate between you two. Charlotte, you may pick another brand new one. I hope you've got a list or something.
The Hills. I haven't heard that remix, have I?
You have not heard that remix.
I would like to.
Right. We're going to play The Hills, and I'm not going to tell you who it's by. We'll see if you can guess who it's by. And also, please do play the game in the chat too. Let's see if we can work out who's made this one. This is a banger.
Sometimes I think we don't speak the same language. I know that we're both afraid of our baggage. It's not a bad thing, we both come with damage. Wonder ways, which way should I choose? Do I run away or run into you? Whatever it takes, I don't want to lose. But it's up to you. No, I don't want to lose you. Stay here. This is where I wanna be. Stay here. I'm telling you honestly. Stay here. This is where I wanna be.
What was that?
I thought it needed a rewind.
Who the hell is that? Oh my God.
Wow, this was not somebody on your... Oh, no, hang on. I think they might have been on your list, actually. I can't remember. I think they were. Oh, I didn't rewind it. Let's go from the top.
Then we fight and we're back where we started. All that we said, did we take it for granted? Talk and we talk, but
This is called The Hills, by the way, if you don't know this already, because I wrote the track for Becky Hill. I had to put up with Charlotte instead because Becky was taking too long and we decided to do an album. So she lost out, and Becky lost out because listen to how good this is.
wonder ways, which way should I choose? Do I run away or run into you? Whatever it takes, I don't want to lose. But it's up to you. No, I don't want to lose you.
I've just remembered the other question is quite an important one. It's when is this album going to be out? I'm afraid it won't be out until the 7th of May, but you will hear the tracks out quite a lot before then. The only reason it's not out before then is because it takes so long to manufacture stuff at the moment. Thank you, Brexit and COVID.
Cause it's where I'm meant to be.
Nobody's got it right yet, by the way.
Whatever it takes, I don't want to lose. But it's up to you. Though I don't want to lose you. Stay here. This is where I wanna be. Stay here. I'm telling you honestly. Stay here. This is where I wanna be.
Okay, Mike Tempza, you should be able to work out who this one is. because I got sent this when I was with you recording at WWD&B Show Studios. Rachel Campbell in the chat says it's obvious. She literally knows nothing about drum and bass. I can tell you that for a fact. It's my sister. I know she doesn't. But big up Neil and Rachel tuning in. She just pointed out something as well. Byron FM she referred to. That was my first radio station. I used to run from my bedroom when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And still doing the same thing. But now nutty people pay me for it. So thanks, peeps. Right, my hot chocolate's just finished on the machine, but it's going to have to wait. If you wondered where I disappeared, that was it. Who's this then? It's not Fred V. It's not Graphics. It's not Dimension. It's not Technimatic. They've done something else. It's not High Contrast. It's not Spy. It's
not one of the worship boys, is it?
Don't think so. I will tell you that was
Culture Shock.
It was the Krakota remix.
Oh,
God!
Big up Krakota.
Oh,
Bad
yes.
man.
Wicked.
Bad man in a jungle.
Yeah, he's a don. I don't know where he is in the world at the moment, but he looks like he's somewhere pretty beautiful.
Oh yeah, I saw that he was all like, oh, just doing some yoga and some kind of kickboxing lesson in a hot country.
Yeah. And driving sports cars around nice roads and stuff like that.
What?
I mean, I was like, are you living on a parallel? I know.
Is he an influencer now?
I don't know.
Well, no
maybe.
disrespect to him, but I wouldn't have given him any money to do a remix if I knew he was living that sort of life. I'd have blocked him from my socials, flipping out of order. We're all suffering here. And he's just living the high life.
If anything, he should have been paying you, to be fair. You know?
Just in case, Sebastian Krakota, you ever watch this, I am definitely joking. I don't know you personally, so we better just clear that up. Thank you very much for doing the remix. It was worth every penny.
Very good. Very, very good. Love it. That's one for the rave, that is.
Love that.
I didn't. Yeah, we'll get that one rolling. He also did an alternative remix of it with less vocals, so look, we could smash it out. Right, Ulterior Motive. I saw somebody said Ulterior Motive. In case you didn't know, have split up, so it's definitely not them. Right, I didn't see any more questions come up. I don't know if you did. So if somebody wants to fire a load of questions in, or if you've asked a question and we've missed it, chuck it back in the chat room during this next one. I'm going to play a track now that is on the album. It's one that's brand new that we wrote for the album. This one was, I just sent Charlotte a piano loop and one of my kind of brain dump ideas just about really, you know, it was kind of COVID influenced, I think, this one. I'm sure everybody, certainly in this country at the moment, has been feeling like we're wading through treacle for months. And, this was inspired by that, really. So let's play the brand new track. This isn't a remix, it's just a new one. It's called Walking on Water, and it is on the album.
Oh, this is a tune!
Sometimes I feel like someone else.
And I'm going to get my hot chocolate. Which song would I like to remix the most? I don't know. I'll think about it. Let's take it back to the start. I won't talk over this one this time.
Sometimes I feel like someone else is sailing through my life. Sometimes I feel like through it all I'm breaking, and so I hold on tight. And when the waves crash down and there's no way out, oh, I need you now more than before. So I start to drown when all I feel is doubt. Don't know if I'll get through this storm. Oh, I didn't need Sometimes I feel my thoughts pulling me under, and I don't wanna go.
What a tune. I mean, I made it, but
Lie to me and
so I'm a bit biased. But I'm pretty happy with it, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I love it.
when the waves crash down and there's no way out. Oh, I need you now more than before. So I start to drown when all I feel is doubt. Don't know if I'll get through this storm. Oh, I didn't need to push out the light in the dark. I didn't mean to fall apart. I didn't need to, 'cause you were there from the start. And now we're walking on water. And now we're walking on water. And now we're walking on water. And now we're walking on water.
So there we have it. It's me and Charlotte walking on water, brand new track, written exclusive. It wasn't like some leftover tut we had from the last album that we didn't fit on it. Brand new. Actually, I'll tell you why we did this one, because I remixed your track. What was it called? Young, that's right. I remixed Young in exchange for Charlotte delivering the goods on this. So there you go. Some questions. Somebody asked me, what would I like to remix more than anything? I don't know, because to be honest, anything I want to remix, I would try and just do a bootleg of it anyway. I wish I had the skills to do a bit more. I'd love to do. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't even answer the question. In an unrelated question, did I say I had a hot chocolate machine? Yes. Big up Mark Lanchester and Bridget Lanchester, who bought me for the office a Tassimo machine. It's pretty bad for the planet because the pods aren't reusable. So what I've done is made sure I've got plastic-free packaging to send records in, so that at least it balances it out. I mean, that is just coincidental, but we'll say it's because of that.
Quite a good moment to just mention, actually, Urban Creative Clothing will be going full eco on our packaging. Well, as soon as the eco packaging turns up, basically, it's horribly hard to find. Do you know what I mean?
And with that, will you still be using young underpaid Chinese children to make the clothing?
Right now.
Positive.
That is not the case.
Play some more music.
So
Yeah,
I believe, like me,
I'll have you know.
well, no, although I joke, that's a good opportunity for us both to point out that we use ethically sourced, high quality, earth positive products, and not everybody does.
That's right.
So easy tiger. And oh my, that's put me off my stride now. What else? There were some other questions. Oh, I was going to say as well, we hadn't mentioned this yet. I think now's a good time to mention and congratulate you guys that you've got a little one on the way.
Yeah, a puppy, not a
Puppy,
baby.
not a baby, yeah.
A puppy. A puppy.
I was going to mention that at some
French
point,
bulldog.
and then I saw you put it in the chat. Now, if you guys haven't, if you guys out there have never seen this, I'll do a little plug for it. Tuesday nights, there's a TV program called Dogs Behaving Very Badly. It's something we've got addicted to watching in our house. I told Mike and Charlotte they have to watch this, especially if they're getting a French bulldog, because there's quite a lot of French bulldogs on this program. Look at that.
There's our little.
Look at him. Little squish.
You'll be saying hello to him soon.
Awesome.
His name is Rowley. Rowley by name and by nature.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a little horror.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Thanks to the program.
Thanks to the program. This is good.
It's
See,
like that, isn't it? It's like, no.
I was right.
Good
You did
boy.
need to watch the program, didn't you? I mean,
Yeah.
that's good
Yeah,
tips. LSB Luke
Yeah.
used to have a French bulldog called Ronnie, rest in peace. He was a great dog, but he did bite quite a lot of people, and he tried to hunt me when we were writing a tune. So French bulldogs. Me and LSB used to talk a lot about how our dogs tried to bite people all the time, because my poodle has had some slight attitude problems as well in the past.
Savage is old Bidigan.
Anyway, it's Michael's turn, I believe. Would you like to pick a brand new remix?
Well, you mentioned that LSB had done a
A
remix
tune.
Yeah.
Okay then.
on the subject.
On the
And
subject.
I want to hear. I want to hear what tune he's remixed.
Me too.
Does that give you enough? What tune is it?
2 more bars. Love for the Fallen.
No.
Yeah.
Love
It's
for the
not Love for the Fallen, you spanner.
Yeah.
He has remixed Endlessly Unlimited LSB remix. And if you listen to the LSB and DRS Space Age thing, you'll have heard it on there. And I did email him and say, you absolute pillock, I told you you weren't meant to be playing these yet. And he was like, oh, sorry, I thought you'd done that stream already. The bloke's a nightmare. But we'll let him off. Because we love a bit of LSB. And because he did a great job too. Not like that terrible one he did of Daydreamer.
I just wanted you to know I will always carry you home. I just wanted you to know whatever we face, you won't be alone. Whatever we face, you won't be alone. Whatever we face, you won't be alone.
I do want to remind you that the original album, sold out before it was even delivered. We hope this does the same thing. So spearheadrecords.bandcamp.com is the place to get this ordered now. We haven't said we'll sign these ones because of the current situation. Nearer the time, if we can, we will.
I just wanted you to know I will always carry you home. I just wanted you to know whatever we face, you won't be alone.
I'm so glad I'm recording the visuals for this as well, because I can see you're dancing, making it to a music video for one of these. Amazing.
I just wanted you to know I will always carry you home. I just wanted you to know whatever we face, you won't be alone. Whatever we face, you won't be alone.
Yes, Mr. Luke Stephen Beavon, LSB. Happy with that one, Charlotte?
Very, very happy with that one.
Good,
He has
good.
got such a signature sound,
It's magical.
isn't he?
Oh.
Proper signature.
I mean,
Love that.
he's done all right. Again, as well, the original version of that, and so, you know, he hasn't used all the verses in that, but back on our theme of why we wrote the album, and somebody said earlier on about it being personal, this track came from me. A friend of mine, basically a friend of mine lost his unborn child, and you know, was devastated by that. Just a few weeks earlier, they'd sent me the scan pictures whilst I was on tour and stuff. And I've never been so excited for a friend of mine having a baby before. You know, I was absolutely so excited for him. So when he texted me and told me what had happened, I was just absolutely devastated for him and his wife. And it just really flipping made me cry, man. And I thought, I don't know how to deal with this. And so I actually just sat down and just poured out, I can't remember what's got used in the lyrics and what haven't, but I've certainly poured out the kind of sentiment of that song, wrote some piano, sent that to Charlotte, who captured it beautifully, really. Nice one. Before we get too serious, on the chat here it said, how did I meet Charlotte? I'm not sure if it means me or Mike. For me, I heard Charlotte singing, as some of you probably know, on YouTube. I saw a video of her singing blow a kiss, fire a gun, we'll need someone to lean on, which has had a little boost in plays. It's still on her Charlotte Haining YouTube channel. She looks about 10 years old.
Come on.
Yeah.
No,
And I'd heard that she was doing some drum and bass stuff, and messaged her and said, do you want to do a track? And we wrote a Vanguard track together. And I think I met you very, very briefly at a Drum and Bass Awards, just said hello.
Yeah.
You were with the Liquidity crew because you knew one of them. We'll leave that there. And then I'm so tempted, but I won't go down that route. And then we just kept in touch and started writing more and more music together. And then Mike, I can remember Mike meeting you properly at a Liquidity event and being, oh, Charlotte Haining, and you didn't look that interested from where we were sitting. But obviously I was wrong. Or you played it cool. And then
that was
Mike,
a great impression of Mike.
he actually had been at my house for the weekend. He was all like, oh, I've got to go Sunday though, bruv. Oh, I can't stay too late. Oh, I've got to get off. Oh, and I thought, what's he up to, this sly devil? Turned out he was off to see you, innit? Then that was it. I don't know if you've been apart since.
No, we haven't.
That's it.
When was the first time you actually met, you two? Was it that Liquidity, or you knew each other before that?
Well, weirdly, that was the first time we properly spoke to each other, but 3 months before then, we both played at the same event, and I'd been singing, and he was emceeing afterwards with Hybrid Minds, and I passed the mic to him to take over, and he said, big up Charlotte Haining, everyone. And I was like, that's not my name, what a prick.
But he knew, in that moment, he knew he had one mission, to change your last name.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
And he tried and he tried, and somehow you managed to get out of marrying him this year.
I know.
Somehow. But she won't get out of it for much longer.
Not now. You've got a little one coming. The dog, just for those that missed that earlier.
Yeah.
She'll be in Adams.
And
That's right.
The Addams Family.
It is.
We can't sing anymore. We'll get more than a few seconds of it, and you get cut off the stream. I think that's how it works. So somebody asked me just an unrelated question to this album. Can I put these hats in the Bandcamp store? I might do. I just put the clothing in the Spearhead shop because it kind of is a better system to work with, but I might chuck a few of them in there for you. If it makes you buy one, definitely. Right. I'm going to play this one. This one is one you've already heard. It's already out. You can listen to this later on. Those of you that want to afterwards. This is by me and Everwood. Everwood came down here to just write some tunes with me. This is one where we wrote the track. And then I sent it to Charlotte. I didn't tell Woody I was sending this to Charlotte. I just sent it to her, sent it back to him. Thankfully, he loved it. And that's that. And I actually got to see Woody and have a conversation with him over 2 meters apart, but face to face this week, which was flipping brilliant. And I'm going to show you why as well, although it's been a bit of a mission, because he was on his way past mine, and he has got... Some of you might know that him and his partner Laura have spent a bit of time living in their van, and their van is coming to the end of its life, but he dropped this off at the office. Vanny.
Yeah. Love it.
I mean, there's good news and bad news. The deal was he's left it here with no MOT or anything for if I can get it healed, we can use it, and it will become our Jeff Roy summer holiday vehicle. It failed its MOT miserably yesterday, so I await the verdict. I await the verdict for how much work it needs before we know. If he's been super generous, as I suspect, because he is a beautiful human, or if he's just completely stitched me up because he actually didn't like this vocal. It could be that.
I reckon it's that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we'll see. Anyway, this is the Polar and Bryson remix. It wasn't meant to come out in January, but they accidentally leaked it themselves. So it did come out in January. This is a little bit lighter. Featuring Everwood and, of course, Charlotte. Polar and Bryson remix.
Oh, because you
Big shout to Charlotte Haining on this one.
my soul's a little bit higher. Oh, because you through every type of season and change, I found a common theme to my days. It's you that makes me better this way, and I need you to know if you
If anybody's got any more questions, do chuck them in the chat and we'll answer what we can.
promise honestly, I will never, never leave. Darling, I will always be by your And I need you to know your touch just like a healer. Your love runs so much deeper. Oh, because you
Come on now, Wayne Exuberant in the chat. Don't get all tetchy, brother.
tell me a secret.
There's so many messages flying past my eyes. You can ask again.
Because you through every type of season and change, I found a common theme to my days. It's you that makes me better this way, and I need you to know if you ever need, you can lay it all on me. Just know I will always be by your side, and I promise honestly, I will never, never leave. Darling, I will always be by your side.
Big up David Ruggles inside the place. Hope you're well, mate.
Need you to know.
Well, so far so good. I think this format of kind of having a guest in has worked all right so far. The technology has held up. Might have to do this again with you guys and get somebody else in. Big up Wayne Exuberant. Thank you. The remix EP is going to be mahoosive. See, I'm not ignoring you. It's just this podcast is hard enough to do normally, and now we've got the extra thing of Zoom being connected to this and the audio that way and the audio this way, and I feel like absolutely buzzing from it. So, woo, somebody said, what is your best gig? Somebody, I'm just going to say all the questions, then we can come back to them. Was it a conscious goal of this remix album to be absolute bass face dream, or just a lovely coincidence? I did see some other questions, but I can't see where they are now. So a couple about what was your best gigs. Let me answer first of all the one on the Bass Face Dream remix album. I think basically the remix, you know, most of the tracks are kind of like were quite mellow to start with, so to give them to a remixer to do, they haven't really got many options other than to bang them out a little bit. Funnily enough, the Ember one, he took one of the more dance floor tracks and he's kind of made it more laid back. So I think that's easier. I'll get to you guys think about the question about best gig. For me, I can tell you now, one of the best gigs I've had involved you to, it was when Andy was there with us as well, and we were at Sun and Bass, and we got to do a kind of BCee Tempza Charlotte showcase. Deggs came and sang Magic Words, and he did Paveglia as well, and on the beach at Sun and Bass, and what a flipping moment. I mean, just everything about it was so good. And obviously right now I'd love to do that again. What about you guys?
That was one of the most special days ever. That was incredible.
It was awesome.
The other one for me, definitely the set that I played with you, Steve, at Hospitality on the Beach, the first year of Hospitality on the Beach, when we just basically lined things up nicely for Calibre, DRS and SP.
Yeah, I mean, they were both in the same summer as well.
They were. That was the same
and
summer.
And they are my two favourite gigs.
It was.
There was one more with you as well, actually. Like, again, is up there with my favourite ones. It was when we did Brixton Rooftop Beach Party, and we did the inside club bit, and I can remember shouting to you at the end, I flipping love my job. It was just...
I forgot about that day.
It was so good. The outside, we had to keep it a bit quiet, but inside, when we could pump it up at night, awesome.
Yeah.
Somebody else has asked how many times did we meet in the studio when we made the album or tracks in general. I think we've only been in the studio together once.
Once.
Ever. And then for this lockdown particularly, you know, we couldn't go in the studio together anyway. It wasn't an option. And with technology now, you know, I've got a setup here. Charlotte's got a home set up. You can speak like this to each other.
Yeah.
You can get away with it.
Pass out quickly to Glenn, who I think has been asking a question for a while that we keep missing. But Glenn was asking whether or not Charlotte is related to Paige Eliza or Eliza Page. The answer to that is
no. Who's that?
Someone said your voices sound similar or something. So there you go. I think he's asked the question about 10 times. So there you go, mate. The answer's no.
Again, Glenn, I'm really sorry, mate. We weren't ignoring you, but I have got like 8 windows open here trying to keep everything going at once. It's flipping mad. I tell you, I don't know how they do it on TV and stuff. Right. Charlotte.
Love for the Fallen.
Well, it's Charlotte's pick, so you might have to wait.
Love for the Fallen.
No, what was the yeah, I was going to say Love for the Fallen. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was.
So easily influenced. Okay. Again, perhaps let's just wait and see if you can work out who's remixed this one. So I did want Calibre to remix this. He was gonna. He hasn't. I'll just put that out there now. He moved house. He's had a lot of stuff going on. I was disappointed. So I thought we'll have to get the Audi version of Calibre. Who are we going to get?
The Audi version. You just offended.
The Audi Calibre.
And the question is, do they taste as good as the real thing or not?
Oh my God.
Again, I am only joking. They've done a really good job, but you see, if you know who it is, they've gone a totally different direction with this one. Let's see. I keep forgetting that this isn't just a private Zoom call. There's like 150 people on it. Yeah, I said an Audi version, more expensive. G.
Wise, it's always easier when you're looking down on someone's life. So past judgment, rolling eyes. Imagine that from other side. Compassion for my fellow man. Something I will never hide in cheap disguise. While excuses dig the deepest lies or deepest waters up to our shoulders, back to the cheapest tide. Let me be your light in dark times, a beacon bright. When everything is going left, I'll make you feel alright. It doesn't have to cost anything, just the cheapest smile. Actions speak a billion words because the heart is blind.
And somebody's guessed correctly.
Actions speak a billion words because the heart is blind. I'm still a joker, but my heart's on every card you'll
find. I still have no idea how quite I meant to say his name. But this is the Sattel remix. What a rhythm. There ain't nothing Aldi about this. This is prime cuts, baby. Somebody says, when are we going to do a rave as you know it? Of course, when we can. We will be showcasing this at some venue somewhere, even if it's been out 5 years by that point. Let's hope not, eh? All over the world. We've got to do it, says Mike. We will. Hopefully the end of this year. Personally, I can't see us doing it in Tisno this year. Hopefully I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. But at some point we will.
We will.
Somebody said as well a minute ago, what DAW do we use? I use Ableton. I know that Charlotte uses Logic. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, I use Logic, yeah.
And Tempza doesn't know what any of that means.
He thought you meant the front door.
Tempza's like, Tempza's like, I definitely don't use the back door. What's so funny about that? Do I think we'll do another album? I'm up for doing another album. We might do. We haven't written anything else yet. So,
I never.
but, well, that sounds like you don't want to. What do you mean never say never? You're meant to be saying I can't wait. Oh, thanks.
And
I'm glad you've enjoyed the experience as much as you have.
I've got to say,
Didn't read it like
just
that.
on the subject of Sattel and that tune, he made probably one of my top 3 of 2020. That tune, So Much Better.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what a tune!
I played that a lot on here.
Really? Well, I know because I was listening. So.
I thought you were. Mike,
Yeah.
there are I think there are 3 tracks left that we haven't played yet. I think we played all the ones that are coming out. We played History. We have. So
We played almost there.
we played Almost There. That was the Deadline remix. We've got Could Have Been Us. We've got Home for Good. And we've got Wanderer, which wasn't on the album, but we added that into the pot because why not?
Why not?
Nice.
And it's your
Well, let's do one.
No, I'm going to go for Home for Good.
okay. This.
No, I'm going to go for Wanderer.
Oh, for goodness sakes, I pressed the button now. All right, we'll go for Wanderer. Nice little roller. Again, see if you know who's done this one. It was not somebody from your list. Vibes.
Someone says they had a 2,500 person rave in France to organise it. And please don't do that and we're proud to know otherwise we won't be able to do it.
I agree, Templeton. And don't forget, do go and pre-order this, please. We need you to, just to make it worth doing another one. Spearheadrecords.bandcamp.com.
Nothing but open road. There's no way we can know where our path will go. I've been told times on our side. We're a long way from home. Let's go where no one goes. Side by side, I walk the shadows of your light, switch places through the night. Side by side.
Of course, I'd love to see who you think's done this one. It's somebody whose music I've been supporting a lot over the last year. Somebody asking if they can send us lyrics to feedback on. I don't shy away from this thing. I'm going to say no. I'm really sorry about that. But I know how busy Charlotte is. She would never say no because she's too polite. But I also know how busy it is, and I can't hardly get her to listen to a tune. And I'm flat out too. So I'm sorry. But it's going to be a no on that one. Big up Dan DPR.
Be there through it all.
Who's this then? It's not Newtone, it's not Lensman, it's not Perez.
Terror.
Who? No, it's not Terror. It's not Lower. It's not Winslow, and it's not Hugh Hardy.
Wait.
It's not Sally the Mannequin. Pardon?
Wait.
No. It's not Alb. It's not Willem. I'll tell you in a second. We have a winner. It's the one and only Johnny Mike Kiss.
Oh, Mr. Mike Kiss.
Mr. Mike Kiss on the remix.
Wicked. Nice. Vibey. It's very vibey.
Very vibey.
Yeah, vibey.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
So happy with all these so far?
Very, very, very happy.
I mean,
That's sick.
If you haven't bought the album or pre-ordered it, then you're mad, in my opinion.
it's come out all right, hasn't it?
Yes, well good.
Uh-huh.
You've smashed it, Steve. I didn't know anything about any of this.
I do not know how I managed not to tell you or play you these, because you know what I'm like. I have got no filters. I had been dying to play it. I haven't even played it. I sent it to Ember because I needed somebody to hear them. But otherwise I was going to explode. But I've been so desperate to just play these on the show for you to listen to them. That's partly why we're doing this today, and not even though the thing's not out until May, because I couldn't have held them in any longer. I would have ended up just sending them to you. So yeah, in case you wondered, if those of you watching this, Mike and Charlotte really did have not a clue as who's remixed these, and have definitely not heard anything. Right, I want to play my favourite one last, so we're going to play Home for Good remix now. This one featured Ember originally. This is a complete flip. Once again, see if it's good fun. Let's see if anybody can work out who has remixed this.
DJ Gunn.
It's kind of got a Dillinger vibe about it, but it's not him. You know I love his new remix. "10-minute intro." No, not really.
Let me take away your pain.
Charlotte wrote this one
Let me love you for
in the car in February when it was cold and raining, whilst me and Mike recorded stuff in the studio.
Let me laugh with you until the tears.
And probably the only drum bass track about adoption.
Where to go? What could I do? You were alone, and I needed you. You had no.
I wish it was a DJ Huevo remix.
But when I looked in your eyes, I knew I'm in it for life. You are mine, and you'll always be, 'cause it's like the blood in my veins. You're part of me.
I'll tell you if somebody gets it right. So I've just flicked through them all. Somebody has guessed correctly. Wayne Exuberant has made a correct guess, but he has made several guesses. That's not Blade Runner. I'll tell you who it is. It's one half of the Vanguard project, and it's the half that isn't me. This is the one and only Andrew Wilson, aka Willem, on the remix. Bringing out his inner Dillinger. Well, there you go. Willem on the remix.
Very, very nice.
Quite a switch.
That is wicked.
Yeah, that one will go down well in the club, won't it?
So have you guys got, I just wondered, have you guys got any other thoughts you want to add before we listen to the last one? I'm guessing by your reactions you're pretty happy with all the remixes. I don't know, anything else you want to share with the viewers?
I think, wow, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm blown away by all these remixes. It's wicked. I can't believe I've just sat back and not done anything to do with this. And you've just sorted it all out, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So make sure you pre-order it.
Yeah.
I'm going to pre-order it because I want it.
Big up Steve BCee.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't my friend, I'd say big up, because
Yeah.
the man works tirelessly to make sure that all of this stuff is delivered for the people, which is amazing.
I've just seen Willem pop up in the chat too, so give him a big up. He's giving it the fists.
What a surprise. He just played one of his tunes. He's like...
Yeah, he's been sitting there waiting the whole time. Good job we didn't say it was shit, innit?
Yes, big up Willem, man.
Glow shave. None of the other producers who've made this other than him and Ember are listening because they're far too above this show. They probably are, and in which case I'm once again very sorry. Right. If there's anything else you want to share with the viewers too, do feel free. You've got a few minutes to listen to this last track. Just, I don't mean about this album necessarily, just anything else you've got coming up you want to plug or whatever. Perhaps we might finish with a Tempza tune, maybe as well. I haven't got nothing brand new. I haven't got anything brand new with us, but we have got a couple of your tunes, and we've got about 10 minutes left. So I'm going to play you the last one. This one wasn't on your list at all. I chose this remixer based on how much I've loved this music over the last year. For me, one of the best up and comers at the moment. Again, I'm going to let you guys see if you can guess who it is, but this is Could Have Been Us. It's got a real quiet intro. Don't worry, it does get a lot louder.
Let's see if we can finish on a banger, eh?
No, I don't understand it. We took time and for granted. We let our moment pass us by. We said we never speak of our loves, our little secret. But I still hope that we'll get our time. Maybe when we're gray and old, maybe I'll have you to hold. Oh, maybe our story's been told, and we just didn't dream enough. What could have been us? What could have been love? What could have been everything we wanted in one touch? What could have been us? What could have been love? What could have been everything, but it wasn't meant for us. Could have been everything, but it wasn't meant for us. Could have been everything, but it wasn't meant for us. No doubt, I know I'm happy, but sometimes I think of what could be, and my mind takes me right back to
We have got a winner.
if we started it over.
As Dan DPR says, this is the legendary Winslow on the remix.
Maybe when we're gray and old, maybe I'll have you to hold.
What an absolute don.
Maybe our story's been told, and we just didn't dream enough. What could have been us? What could have been love? What could have been everything we wanted in one touch? What could have been us? What could have been love? What could have been everything, but it wasn't meant for us. Could have been us. What could have been love? What could have been us? What could have been everything, but it wasn't meant for us.
I think that's my favourite. What a don.
Wow.
Very good.
So you've heard them all. Do you each have a favourite of the remixes?
Oh, it's so hard to choose between them.
Well, I'll send you the whole lot for a proper listen now.
Yeah, can you please do that? Because I need
Yeah.
to listen to all this properly. Because we get, it's funny because our internet connection jumps every now and again, so the music speeds up and slows down a little
It's
bit.
like happy.
Oh no, that is what they sound like. So Steve Everett seems a little confused. Is the Sattel remix forthcoming? Steve Everett, just for you and everybody else, in case there's any confusion, the whole lot of all of these remixes today are all on the same project, Life As We Knew It, which you can pre-order at spearheadrecords.bandcamp.com. It's not out until May just because of we wanted to be safe on basically saying it's going to be out then and the product actually being here. And it still might be cutting it fine, but we'll do everything we can. And we will release the digital versions on that day anyway. If the physical copies come before that, which I expect they might, we will send them out early as well. And you'll get the singles as we go along. So, yeah, everything you've heard today is on that. Just picking up on a couple of questions I saw go flying past. Charlotte, there were two for you. One was, when did you write your first song, and how long have you been singing?
I've been singing since I was little. Come from a musical family, so I've been brought up around music. So
there was music coming from your mummy's belly button like a speaker.
Not that young.
I could just picture your mum with like one of them gramophone horns to her stomach.
Yeah.
And a beautiful voice coming out.
That's exactly what happened.
And then when did I write my first song? First song was probably around the age of like 16, 17-ish kind of thing, when I started playing a few chords on guitar. I never kept up with guitar. I wish I did. But that's probably when I wrote my first song. And it was a pile of poo. But there we go. You learn. You live and learn.
Well, you've got to start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to give a mention as well. Big shout to Dan Bryan, who I don't think has been here today. And I'm genuinely worried about him because he's always on and he's not been here today. So if you're watching this back, Dan Bryan, we hope you're well. Please, somebody check out if he is well. And we hope you're good, mate. And we're sorry we didn't have you giving us grief live. But hopefully you've watched this back. He's been brilliant at slagging off me, talking about the playlist. Today, I don't need to talk about the playlist. You can sign up to it if you want. That I have got a playlist that is everything that's normally played in the show goes into. The link's in the description for this. Today, everything we've played, nothing has been released. So I don't need to update the playlist. We might do this again. I might do this again, try and get a guest in, because I think it's worked really well. I hope people have enjoyed it. I know people have enjoyed it just by the fact of how many people are still here with us. Big thank you to you guys for joining us. I really hope as well that we can do some kind of launch party in May, even if that is just that we're allowed to get together again so that you can be here in the studio with me, which means you'll be able to sing some stuff. Or we do another live stream at the WWD&B show HQ or something. Even better if we can even do a small event. That'd be even better. I mean, if we could just do an event with 30 people, we'll invite 27 more and take over the village hall next door. We'll do what we can. So thanks very much. We'll end with one more track. I'm going to end with the debut Haining Tempza track. Again, we really had to push this man, not just to sing and MC on a track, but also dust off the violin after about 10 years of it being in an attic somewhere. He played strings and sang and rapped, for want of a better word. We're going to finish with this one, All Our Years. So we'll say goodbye now, I think, and we'll play you out with this one. Mike and Charlotte, thanks very much. I will cut you off of Zoom in a moment and we'll catch up later on or something. And I'll send you the Dropbox for all the tunes in a minute. Yeah. Please, final plea, please do and go and pre-order Life As We Knew It, either the double pack with CD, so you get the original album as well, or the vinyls, or just the digitals, or if nothing else, do give it a stream when it comes out.
And the link again, Steve?
Spearheadrecords.bandcamp.com or spearheadrecords.co.uk.
Yes.
Go get it.
Thank you so much for locking in, everyone. Thank you for having us, brother. It's been wicked, man. Wicked.
Thank you for joining me. Right. Thanks for joining us. Another BCee album available to order. Right. All Our Years by Tempza and Ember. We'll play this one out. I'm not going to speak anymore. I'll be back here next Saturday, 2 p.m. Please come and join me. Thanks very much. See you later.
ago. It was so cold to see you fold and break. All our years ago.
You took a slow dose of poison for nearly 10 years. The bugs spread to your head, it manifested all your fears. In the cold light of day, I watched you fight away the tears. You wouldn't let me help, accuse me when I interfered. I tried to reassure. One too many times you wouldn't listen, so I had to close the door and leave you to the sword. And I'll admit it, now my EQ has matured. If I'd had the skills back then, I would have done more. But I wouldn't have you hold it against me, cause you were in deep and the stretch would be lengthy. By feeling up plenty, my resources were empty. Fighting to pay back the bad advice that you'd lent me. Felt the weight of the world on my shoulders, trying to stay balanced while I'm carrying boulders. That was how I lived, it made me cold-hearted and sober. I found connection with the Jacks and ended up as the Joker.
I hope what you told me all our years ago. It was so cold to see you fold and break. I hope what you told me all our years ago. It was so cold to see you fold and break. All our years ago.
And so it starts, a trip to the dark art, taking apart your past until for breath you can't gasp. Strangled by the pressure of wearing a mask, life will always take you down to the task. How can I say this any other way? The pain, it led me astray caused more pain. In the grips of addiction I became overtaken by the lust for gain. The irony stained my sensories maimed, you know it's real. I speak straight from the depths, this shit's about as personal as it gets. There's no time like the present, I guess. Here it is, this state of unrest, while I try and digress. And yeah, I've realised that these memories will never go away. They're part of who I am, a fabric fitted to my brain. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, truth in what they say. So it's comforting to know that I'm okay.
I hold what you told me all our years ago. It was so cold to see you fold and break all our years ago.